Well, welcome back to Supts Talks. This program, we have two groups of outstanding groups, and they are the FCCLA and Skills USA. So stay tuned, and I hope that you will continue to encourage your child to become involved in some of our amazing organizations. Today we have our first group, and it's with the FCCLA. That's a mouthful, is it not? And we have Ms. Stevenson and Ms. Thibodeau that work with these young ladies and students. And so tell us a little bit about yourselves first before we get to these amazing young ladies.
This is my 27th year teaching. 26 of those have been in Dayton ISD.
Hey.
I'm the lead sponsor of FCCLA, which is Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America. And along with that, I'm the teacher leader for TAFE, which is Texas Association of Future Educators.
Oh, I'm so glad we have that.
Yes.
Yay. Okay.
I'm Sarah Thibodeau. I have been teaching for 15 years. 10 of those have been here at Dayton High School. I teach in the Hospitality and Tourism pathway. I teach the culinary arts classes, and I'm the co-sponsor of FCCLA.
Okay. FCCLA, what in the world does that stand for?
Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America.
Okay. All right. So introduce these two ladies.
Today we have with us Isabella Narvaez. She's our president of FCCLA, and Sydney Butcher, who is our vice president of projects for FCCLA.
Okay. So Bella, we're going to start with you. Okay. Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Okay, hi, I'm Isabella Narvaez. I'm president of FCCLA and the Science National Honor Society. I'm currently a senior here at Dayton High School, and after I graduate, I plan to major in biology and hopefully become a pediatric surgeon.
Wow. That's impressive. Very good.
Thank
Very
you.
good. And you are the president of the chapter, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. We'll come back to you in just a minute. All right, tell us a little bit about yourself, Sydney.
Hi, my name is Sydney Butcher. I'm currently a senior here at Dayton. I'm an officer for FFA, FCCLA, and TAFE. I'm actually our TAFE chapter president, and after high school, I plan to go to Sam Houston State University and become an ag teacher.
Oh, yay.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
love it. I love it. Oh, my goodness. You two ladies sound like y'all are very, very busy. Is that
ma'am.
correct?
Yes,
ma'am.
And somehow y'all find time to do a little competition, and you're even working, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, let's talk about FCCLA. Okay. Tell me a little bit about your competition. My understanding is it's coming up like this week.
This week.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Tell me a little bit about it.
Okay, so I am doing event management, and basically we have to plan an event and go through all the process of what we need, plan the budget, what items, get other organizations involved if we choose, and just plan out what we want to do and then put it into action. My group, we're doing a culture festival, so we're going to have like a culture day at school where each organization is going to have their own booth and pick a culture that they want to do an activity from or a food from. And it's like an educational while learning and having fun experience.
Oh, wow. Do you actually get to do this? Will you actually get to do it?
Yes, we will. We're going to have it sometime in March here at school.
Y'all make sure that I am invited. I would
Yes,
love to come to
ma'am.
that. That is awesome. All right. And what are you going to do, Sydney?
I'm competing in job interviews, so I will be
Oh, wow.
yes, ma'am. I will be picking a job that meets my qualifications, and I have to put together a portfolio that shows what I've done and things I've participated in that do qualify me for the job. And I will go in on competition day and do a mock interview for the job with a panel of judges.
Wow. Wow. Now, it sounds like y'all do a lot of research.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
A
ma'am.
lot of writing, a lot of
Yes, ma'am.
research, a lot of math. It's all involved. And Sydney, correct me if I'm wrong, you not only did well last year,
Yes, ma'am.
you went to state, and you also went to the national competition.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us a little bit about that.
That was a very, very fun experience. We got to go to Denver, Colorado, which
Oh,
was
Denver,
amazing
wow.
because I've only
Wow.
left Texas a couple times and it's been to neighboring states. So being able to fly on a plane for the first time and visit a state that's not neighboring Texas was really fun. It was very educational, but also fun at the same time because you're in a room full of thousands of kids that love the same thing that you do, that participate in the same thing you do, and you don't necessarily talk to everybody, but you feel this overwhelming connection based on the fact that you are all in this organization. And we got to trade pins, which is a tradition usually done at the national conventions where...
Now, not writing pens.
No, ma'am. No,
Oh,
ma'am.
I'm just checking.
Little pins like you
Yes,
put
one
on
on your lapel,
jacket.
yes.
Yes, ma'am. You try to get all 50 states and territories, or all states and territories that showed up, and I was actually able to do that. I've got almost all the states and all territories, but that was a very fun experience. I got to meet some of our state officers. I got to talk to some of our state advisors. So
Wow.
very educational experience.
Okay, so I'm going to segue just a minute. I heard a little birdie told me that Miss Thibodeau was actually your first officer?
Yes, when I first became an advisor.
Okay, wow. Okay, so full circle here.
Full circle.
Okay,
Completely.
we're going to go back to the officers in just a second, okay? But I want to finish up with these two young ladies. So there are a lot of things that y'all are researching. Let me ask you this question. What's the best thing that you are going to take away leaving and graduating that you've learned from this program?
Really, it's just the experience, the overall connections and friendships that you make with people, and learning to be more responsible and independent.
I love
It's just
that.
really inspiring and moving for me.
I love that. What about you, Sydney?
Yes, ma'am. Previously, I was only in FFA until last year, and we normally compete in group settings. So really joining FCCLA and Taffy made me gain those confidence skills and those public speaking skills on an individual level, and it taught me how to network and speak up for myself more and necessarily not rely on others to do it for me.
You know, one of the things that y'all talk about is what we call soft skills.
Yes, ma'am.
And soft skills are almost as important, if not more important, than these what we call hard skills.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, and that's getting along with people, having confidence, being able to speak in public. You'd be surprised how many kids are petrified to do that. And I love that y'all are gaining that confidence. Problem solving, all of the research, all of that, and getting along. I love that y'all are doing that. Love that we're doing that. Okay, I'm gonna talk to these sponsors now. Very quickly, tell us a little bit, Ms. Thibodeau, about the officer process.
Okay. Turn my page.
Okay.
So to run for an officer, students have to be a local officer first. Then they will fill out the officer application. There's a resume they need. Then they go to the House of Delegates. Each chapter that comes to our region will send a voting delegate to the House of Delegates. And they will hear their speech. They do a thought and fact question. They're voted upon. If they have enough votes and their officer score is high enough, accumulated score, they go into the nominating committee. And that consists of the state and region advisors, previous officers, and then they're really interviewed and placed into the officer role based on their skills, their test scores, and how they just answer simple scenario-based questions.
I love that process because that is such a real life
Yes.
process that our kids don't probably get enough of. You know, so I love that.
It's fun. It's a long, lengthy process, but they're kind of getting the do you have the knowledge? Can you speak? And then how quick on your feet are you answering questions? And
And-
personable can you be?
And I know over the last several years, y'all have had folks that have been regional and state officers. National, have we had any national officers yet? No.
Not since I've been
Not
here.
yet,
Yeah,
but there's
not
still
yet.
time, right?
Right,
yeah.
Okay.
We have had officers going back to when FCCLA was still Future Homemakers of America.
That's what I remember it
Yeah.
as, yes.
I was Ms. Stevenson's first officer. I was Vice President of Competitive Events. I'll date myself in 2004 and 2005. And then Ms. Stevenson had Darian Roberts in 2009 and 2010. She was a Vice President of Competitive Events. You're going to see a lot of competitive events through here. We are a little competitive and takes
I
a lot of
love that.
organization
I
to do
love
those.
that, yes.
In 2019 and 20, Ruben Aguilar was Vice President of Service Learning. Marina Castillo was Vice President of Finance. In 2020, 2021, Shelby Perry was Vice President of Competitive Events. These are all region levels. In 21 and 22, Shelby Perry was State Vice President of Competitive Events, and Elizabeth Diaz was Region Vice President of Competitive Events.
Wow.
And then last year, Elizabeth ran the show as Region 4 President. So we have had amazing men and women representing our chapter, and it's just a great legacy of our chapter and just great to see them grow. and
Wonderful,
develop.
and develop those
Mhm.
leadership skills.
Oh, they represent
I
us.
love it. I love it. Okay, so very quickly, if there's folks out there that say, I want my children to get into this, how can they get involved?
Any student here at the high school that is presently taking or have taken a family and consumer science course like interpersonal studies, human growth and development, child development, any of those in the human service, any of our culinary students can become a member.
Okay.
And becoming a member will allow them to participate in community and school projects. They can go to leadership workshops and be able to do competitive events.
That's awesome. And I want to back up just a little bit. You know, when you talk about FCCLA and you talk about career and technology education, there is so many pathways. What are some pathways for our kiddos to go into before they graduate?
Here in our department, which is Family and Consumer Science, we have 4 pathways.
Okay.
One is Family and Community Service. This is they're introduced to knowledge and skills for like social services, which includes child and human development. Those courses, we have interpersonal studies, lifetime nutrition and wellness, child development, human growth and development, and we have a family and community service class.
Wow.
And most of those students we see come through there are looking for social services or
Okay.
possibly going into family child therapy.
Okay. Wow.
We also have architectural design, which we have interior design 1 and 2. We look at residential and we look at non-residential, your space planning, how interiors are done, whether it's your home, your building, and
Wow.
that's that pathway.
That's amazing.
We also have the hospitality and tourism pathway, and that is the introduction to culinary arts, and advanced culinary arts courses.
And that has grown.
It has
Oh my
grown
gosh.
a lot.
We're going to have them. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're growing. We prepare students for. We talk about the history of culinary, terminology, beginning of food preparation and culinary arts, menu development, and then advanced takes all those skills and really runs with that menu development. It's a really fun class, and they'll get out with some industry-based certifications as well.
Wow. Okay.
And then we also have the teach and train pathway, and so that's human growth and development,
Yeah.
child development and instructional practices, and that's preparing our students to be teachers, go into education, and even go off to the elementary campuses and instructional practices to peer tutor, kind of
Yes.
student teach with our elementary teachers.
I love the PALS program that y'all do with our elementary
It's
kiddos. And it's great. I think it's great for high school kiddos, and I think it's wonderful for our elementary. But even more so, I'm so proud of y'all for growing teachers. We need good teachers. And so thank you for that. Thank you for that. Now, I'm going to ask these 2 ladies one last question. Both of y'all are seniors,
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not sensing the typical senioritis in both of y'all because y'all are so busy.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you had to pick one thing or 2 that y'all are looking most forward to this spring semester, what would it be? Bella, what would it be for you? 1 or 2 things.
Thing I'm looking most forward to? I don't know, really. Just, I don't know, maybe graduating, because turning 18,
When's your birthday?
May 21st.
Oh,
It's like
well,
the
that's
last
coming
day
really
of
close
school.
to graduation.
Yes, it's like the
Yes.
second or last day to
Okay.
school. Just like finally hitting that point in my life where I realized that, oh, I'm moving on from high school and I'm moving on with my life to becoming a real young adult.
I think that's awesome. But I wouldn't have said that when I was your age. My goodness, that's good. What about you? What are you looking forward to?
One of them definitely, like Bella said, is graduating because I'm going to cherish all the memories I made in high school.
Y'all are making a lot.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes.
And school is such a big part of my life. But I am also excited to get into the next chapter and use what has been taught to me by amazing adults like our advisors and my ag teachers. Use what they have taught me to help kids find their voice and find what makes them happy. And also competing in all organizations because
Oh, there you go.
I love competing.
Good.
It's one of my it's one of the best things I do, and one of my favorite things I can do in my clubs.
So when y'all go off to college, please, please, please do not stop being involved.
Yes, ma'am.
Get involved. That will make your college experience just as great as your high school experience.
Yes, ma'am.
That's awesome. All right. Did I leave anything out?
So we have great students. We love getting to teach our students, compete with them. I think we get as much out of them competing as we do. You know, proud mama moments, sitting them into the rooms, the smiling faces when they come out. We love seeing them grow into little leaders.
Okay.
Leaders.
Well, thank you for what you two do, and thank you for both of y'all for
Thank
being
you.
involved. We wish you the best. Good
Yes,
luck
ma'am.
this week,
Thank you.
okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
There you have it. FCCLA. Get your kiddos involved. We are so excited to have the Skills USA group today, and we have Mr. Trey Ellison, and so we're excited about that. And I'm going to introduce you. Tell us a little bit about yourself first, Mr. Ellison.
So, my name is Mr. Ellison, and I teach construction here at Dayton High School. And we're involved in competitions and certifications to get these kids ready for the workforce.
That's great. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was last year or the year before that you were Teacher of the Year.
One of those years, yes, ma'am.
Yes, and we're very, very proud to have you on our staff. Okay, so you have two amazing students here with us. Can you kind of introduce you?
Sure.
Yeah.
This is Naomi Vasquez. She is our current Skills USA president and a first place state competition winner.
All right.
Yes, and this is Nicholas Merton. He is also a first place state competition winner, and she's a junior and he's sophomore.
Wow, so both of y'all have been in this before, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And both of y'all went to state last year.
Yes.
That's awesome. Okay, so Naomi, let's start with you. Tell us a little bit more about yourself. I know that you're a junior and you're president of Skills USA. That's pretty impressive. Go ahead.
Well, I've been in Dayton almost all my life. I've been in construction for 3 years now, currently in construction management too. And I'm also involved in other organizations like Student Council, band,
Perfect.
and NHS.
Very good. Now, do you want to go into construction once you get out of high school?
It was one of my options. I did first want to be an architect, but
Okay.
I'm now looking more into being a vet.
Oh, okay. Very good, very good. Okay, now Nicholas, tell us about you.
I'm Nicholas Merton, and I am in construction management too. I've been doing construction my entire life. My dad even owns like a cabinet factory. It's actually pretty cool. He has a whole shop filled with a whole lot of construction materials and just tools that you need to do that job. And he's like a big inspiration to me. And
That's awesome. So are you going to take over the family business when you get out?
oh, most likely, but I also like playing video games too.
Okay. And I've noticed that you're wearing a letter jacket here,
Yeah.
and you're a sophomore,
Yes.
and so you got that win.
And when I was freshman year, like towards the
Wow.
end of the year, I got it.
That's awesome because of this program.
Yes.
That is awesome. Okay. So tell us a little, what is Skills USA for the folks that are out there that might not know what it is?
So, Skills USA is it's a national organization, also state organization, but it is national. And what they do is they seek to prepare students for the workforce by teaching them both hard and soft skills. That is technical skills, like the how to do it in specific areas, and then soft skills, how to deal with each other and be able to get along with people at work.
You know, that is so important because we talk about the hard skills all the time. That's your curricular, the nuts and bolts of things. But the soft skills is really what corporate America and people want, is kids who get along, who can problem solve. So that's awesome. Okay, Naomi, I'm going to start with you. How long have you been part of this program, and why did you get into this program to begin with?
Well, I've been a part of the Skills USA for 2 years now. I got into it because I saw it as an opportunity to do the things I like. I love building things, being creative with my imagination, it's just such a fun thing to do, like whenever you're free time. And Skills USA gives you that opportunity to do that, from staying after school and spending time with teachers, friends, and that.
So you like working with your hands.
Yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, now I've been doing my research, and on Skills USA, the program really focuses on some values, which include integrity, respect, responsibility, community, and service. Now, did I get them all in? Okay, good. So, all of these values, Nicholas, which do you think you have learned the most from, and why?
My personal opinion is responsibility, because you need to come after school sometimes. You need to actually put your effort into the things you build.
Oh, I love that.
It's really just great.
I love the fact that you have said you have to put effort, and you put effort in this program, but that's a lifelong lesson, right?
Yes.
Because you have to put effort in everything that you do to be responsible. Fabulous. I love that. Now, what is the course sequence for your program, Mr. Ellison?
So it's a 3-year program. The kids come in either as a freshman or sophomore, and they take principles of construction. The second year course is Construction Management 1, and the third year is Construction Management 2. However, if people want to get started early, then they should take in middle school Principles of Architecture, because that leads in and it uses the same curriculum.
Very good. So you're a junior.
Yes.
So, and you're taking that last course. Do we not have anything for fourth year students as of right now?
As of right now, we don't have a 4th year course. I've looked into having a lab practicum as a 4th year course. Currently, I have office aides
Okay.
as seniors that have to have been in my course for the previous 3 years, and then they can be in there, and they're very helpful with the younger kids, and it allows
wonderful.
them to continue competing because
I
they're in my
love
class.
that. Okay, I love that. So there is kind of a fourth year that you
Yes.
have worked around, but maybe in the future.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Now, Nicholas, I understand the competition is coming up. Tell me a little bit what the competition is and what do you do at the competition?
Well, first, the competition is just a great way to test your skills and know how to know that you're capable of the things you can do. And it takes place in the Martin University, that's district, and then the state takes place in Corpus Christi, I believe. It's really fun over there. The bus ride is long. It's terrible, but it's all worth it.
Tell her a little bit about the floor, the display floor, competition floor.
Oh, the display floor is so beautiful. There's so many projects from everywhere.
Wow.
There's automotive and tech. They go with us sometimes, but I don't think they will this year.
Mm-hmm.
But there's just so much, I cannot fit it into words.
Wow. So, Naomi, do you make your stuff for the district competition? How does that work?
Okay, first we have to decide on what we want to make, and after that's made, while we make the project, we have to document it. Take pictures, steps, the tools, materials, everything. And that is all put into a binder. And with that binder, we take that to district, only the binder, and that gets graded by some judges. And based on the points we get on the binder, that decides whether or not we can go to state or not.
Okay, now let's say, both of y'all did go to state last year. So you had your binder and you got enough points and you qualified for the state. What does state look like?
In state, we bring our project with us.
So you actually build the project
Yes.
from the binder and all the measurements and all that,
Oh,
right?
yes. Yeah. Some of the pictures are of the project that we like the progress and how we built it.
Wow. Okay, so at state level, you actually have the project.
Yes.
Okay, so how much time is required in this?
There's a lot of time that we have to put in. Sometimes we have to spend like an hour or two after school just to get it finished on time. Right now, I'm putting every single day after school to actually get it finished.
Okay, so what is y'all's project this year? What are you building?
Well, I'm building a coffee table, And
I need a coffee table at my house. Do you
Yes.
sell?
Yes, I'm currently making a coffee table for my own house. And right now I split a giant board in half and I'm currently gluing it together to make a giant, beautiful coffee
She's
table.
doing a live edge table, and
Wow.
she cut a cedar tree in half to get the
Oh,
slabs.
I love cedar trees.
Yeah,
I love,
cedar too.
oh yes, cedar furniture, beautiful. What are you building?
Funny enough, I'm also making a coffee table.
A very different one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fairly smaller. It's not too big. It's just enough to fit like maybe a plate or whatever,
Mhm.
just to have it there. And it's made out of red wood, red oak.
Okay.
Yes. And
So what do y'all do with your projects? Do you keep them? Do
Oh,
you
yes.
sell them? Or
Yeah, after state, you're able to take it home, give it away, keep it, do whatever you want with it.
well, I understand you're going to keep yours. You know, I'm looking for a coffee table. Oh, you
So-
are too. Okay.
And this is one of the things I love about this competition is not only do they get to build this and go to competition, but they get to keep something that they made themselves.
I love that.
And 10 years from now, they look back and they're like, I made that in high school. And
Right.
it's impressive. Like, you made that in high school? Because the projects really do, have a professional look to them.
and it's all recycled wood too. It's
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Okay. So where does your lumber come from and your wood come from?
So currently, most of the lumber we're using was donated to us by Sam's Distribution Center.
Yes.
The 2x4s.
Thank you, Sam's.
Yes. And from Ramrod Trucking, their pipeline.
Thank you, Ramrod
yes,
Trucking.
the boards they store the pipes on have to be hardwood. So
Okay.
after many years of cooking out on the pipe yard, they're very dry and cured, and they make beautiful wood once you shave them down. So.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Well, thank y'all for being with me today. I hope that other folks will see what we have to offer here and how, if a parent is out there who says, I want my child in this, how do they get involved, Mr. Ellison?
So the best way would be to start at the middle school level and get your kid into a principles class, principles of architecture. There's several, but that uses the same curriculum, and it prepares them so that they're ready to move in as a freshman. If they don't start their freshman year, they can start their sophomore year, and that's fine too.
I love that this particular program really builds lifelong skills and lessons, and they can even obtain their certification, right?
Correct.
That's awesome. Is there anything else I have left out?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Only one thing.
Okay,
So
what?
speaking of the certification, the books or curriculum that we use here is NCCER.
Mm-hmm.
And it consists of 9 modules, the first book does. When they pass the test for those 9 modules, they become NCCER core certified,
Wow.
which that allows them to go get a job in any of the chemical plants or construction
Oh,
industry.
wow.
It lets you get in the door. They know that you know the basics and OSHA rules, and so
That's amazing.
yes, it's excellent.
Well, keep up the good work. Good luck to both of y'all and all of your other friends that are in this. I expect, now, I don't think I said this, but last year, how many did we take to state?
25.
And how many state championships did we have?
We had 23 that got first place.
Wow,
Yeah,
that
yes.
is amazing.
I was impressed.
And this year, how many are looking at going to?
We're taking
district?
38 to district.
All right. Well, good luck to y'all. Thank y'all for being here with me today.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Dr.
All right,
Johnson.
get your kiddos signed up. Skills USA. Well, I hope you have enjoyed our program today. We highlighted 2 groups of kiddos, and I know a lot of people think that the spring semester is just focused in on STAR, but it's not. If you talk to anybody, really, we have so many competitions going on. We have the FCCLA, we have our ROTC, all our academic meets, our fine art meets, our band, our concerts. So we really focus on a lot of things. But what's coming up in February, we have 2 days off. We have February the 12th and February the 19th. So those are the 2 holidays for your kiddos. And I also want to highlight one other program that we need your help on. Back in 1999, Dayton ISD started what they call the Wall of Fame for educators, outstanding teachers and administrators. And February the 2nd, our nomination deadline will come to an end. So we have our nomination forms on our website. So I hope that you will think about some of these amazing educators that we've had throughout the years and nominate them. Thank you, and remember to talk to your kiddos about making good choices, making good grades, attending school, and also making good choices. Till next time.